fight week, and it's down. So we continue to Puerto Rican vibes as we go down to Puerto Rico to see Subriel Matias versus Liam Paro. That's an awesome fight, man. I think it's an underrated fight. And shout out to Subriel for getting his own fight in his hometown for his first fight on Matchroom. Shout out to Eddie Hearns. He does take care of his guys, and as we seen, he's giving Subriel his homecoming, giving Jerron Boots and it's his homecoming. That's what happens when you sign over there, man. You get a little bit of love quickly. So shout out to Subriel. I think he's got a good fight going over to his home country of Puerto Rico. I'm not sure if they're in his hometown because I don't know too much about Subriel Matisse and where he's from and whatnot. But you know, he never got a fight like this before. Like even when he was with PBC, I don't think they I think he headlined maybe a couple times, but like they didn't really give him his own microscope, his own shot, his own light. And here, Matchroom, they're giving him front stage center. To be on the zone in his home country, in front of his people, his fans. And it's a good fight. IBF world title, and it's a good fight against a top 10 opponent in Liam Paro. And honestly, Subriel Matisse, you got to be happy with it. Let's take a look over at Subriel first. Champ at 140, IBF champ in that deep division. 20 wins, 20 KOs. He's one of the few guys in the sport that got the 100 KO thing going on. As we said, the IBF World Super Lightweight Champion. Let's take a look down here as he just last year, November on that Benavides card, I think it was. He beat Ergashev, who was 23-0 at the time. Stopped him. Ergashev said no mas. And before that, he beat Nicolas Ponce, Argentinian, 30-0. That's how he got the title, the vacant title, IBF. Jukambayev. He beat Jukambayev. He stopped him round 4 or no 8. Round 8. Jukambayev's a great fight, man. He's a good fighter. It'd be interesting to see them fight again because I know Jukambayev is with Bomac now in red. And then Malik Hawkins is also a good fighter. And there was his only loss against Ananian, and he actually avenged the loss here in 2022, 2 years later after he lost. So I mean, I like when guys do that, like when they get a loss and then they go out and avenge a loss. Like that to me is great, man. Like shows that you really feel like you better than that guy, and that you could get the job done. So shout out to Subriel Matisse. He's probably one of the more dangerous fighters in the game. I know they dub him as the most avoided fighter. I don't know if that's true though. I feel like there's guys at 40 that will fight him. I just feel like timing and boxing is everything, man. I think guys will fight him. I think Tio will fight him. I even think Devin Haney will fight him, even though he lost to Ryan Garcia. Ryan Garcia, I don't know if he'd fight Subriel Matias. But I do think the top guys at 140 would fight Gary Antoine Russell as well. I think they mix it up with Subriel Matias, willingly, especially he's got a title. Why not fight for a title? Like who's gonna run around this guy? And I think Subriel Matias, he should go out there and unify. That's why he's got Eddie Hearn behind him, because Eddie Hearn will put him in those fights, especially Devin Haney. Devin Haney's there. Who has the WBA at 140? I think it's not Tio, is it? Let's take a quick look here. I'll see if I can search it up and see what's the WBA at 140. Obviously we got Subriel Matias, he's a champ. Teofimo Lopez has got the WBO, he's a champ. Devin Haney, he's got the WBC, he's the champ. And then WBA, who's their 140 champ? Let's take a look. 140. I can't remember, but I know it's not Devin Haney or. Oh, so it's Isaac Cruz now. They haven't updated their site. It still says Rolly Romero. I don't know why. But it's Isaac Cruz now. So Isaac Cruz is fighting Jose Venezuela at the August 3rd card. So we'll have to watch that fight and see if Isaac Cruz can get by Rio. But I think even Isaac Cruz will fight Subriel Matias, and if Isaac Cruz and Subriel mix it up, that's just good style fight. Like if they meet, man, because those guys they're both coming forward. Subriel Matisse, he's just known as like a Terminator, man. He just takes a lot of shots and keeps coming and breaks you down. I think he breaks people down mentally. Like when you see a guy who is not moving back at all and you're throwing your best shots, I think mentally it makes you question yourself. And that's where he steps on you, is when you're questioning yourself of your willpower. He breaks it, and it's pretty much it's like a you versus me. It is a tough guy match for Subriel Matiz. And I think the only way you beat him is if you box him, and you got to keep boxing him for 12 rounds, at the high pace, because he doesn't stop. So it's very difficult, but I think there's a few dudes in the game that can do it. And I think everybody else will give him a tough fight, but I don't know if they'll beat him. But nonetheless, Subriel Matiz with Matchroom now, I think he gets those big fights that he's been seeking. And for the rest of his career. Hopefully, he can make some good money and win a couple more titles. Maybe we even move up to 47, because I think he's that strong that he can go up to 47 and handle that as well. So I mean, Sabriel's got the machine behind him, and he's been searching for this his whole career. He was with Top Rank to start, PBC. Now he's with Matchroom, and I just hope Eddie Hearn moves him in a way of where he can get these big fights and make some good money. And I hope we see Subriel in some wars, man, because I do think he's a guy who's durable enough to take a lot and give a lot. And at the same time, he's not going to quit. He's not going to back down. He's got that warrior mentality. So Subriel Matiz in there with certain people is going to be absolute classic fights. But now we're gonna take a look over at his opponent, Liam Paro. He was from Australia. Um, I never really heard much about Liam Pyro, to be honest, until he fought Montana Love. He is a southpaw, and he's a slick fighter, man. You watch his fights, his YouTube clips. He is slick. He's very good on his feet. So I mean, he is a southpaw that's gonna cause trouble for Subriel. Obviously, his biggest win is Montana Love, um, which was on that Devin Haney versus Regis Prograis card. That was the last time he fought. And I heard, like, through the grapevine, like, I don't know if it's true, but I heard Liam Paro was giving Shakur business in sparring. But at the same time, we found out that Shakur was injured for that fight. That was a fight he fought on the F1 week in Las Vegas, where against De Los Santos. He did say that his hand was hurt. So I mean, I can't really put much stock into the sparring, and I don't really like to put stock in sparring anyways. It's just sparring, man. I know some people put their whole stock in it, not me, man. Because I know if I'm sparring somebody else in my weight class around my weight, I'm not showing them everything. That's for sure. So shout out to Liam Pyro, 24-0, rated top 10 on BoxRec. He's fighting for his first world title, IBF World, against Subriel Matiz. He's a slick fighter, southpaw. I think they're around the same height, same reach. So I mean, this is gonna be can Paro use his feet and his boxing skills for all 12 rounds, because I don't think he's got power to keep Subriel off him, in a sense of like Subriel Matiz is gonna come at him regardless. Now he can land shots to make Subriel think about how he's gonna go at him, and that's what he needs to do. So when he gets opportunities, he's got to hurt Subriel, but I think he's got to chop Subriel down real early. He's got to find a way to the body, and usually when you go into the body, you're leaving yourself open, right? So it's tough, because you got to make that decision of, okay, when can I go, when can I not, and Subriel's gonna be there. He's gonna be there regardless. He's gonna be there to chop you, to break you down, and he's like a Terminator, man. He's just walking forward, walking, walking, walking. So I mean, it's gonna be an interesting matchup. I got Subriel Matias stopping Liam Paro. I think his corner is gonna say that's enough, taking too much of a beating. I just think it's unless Liam Paro's like his fitness levels up where it needs to be, it's going to take a lot, man, to stay on the outside and to box for 12 rounds. And I think that's what it comes down to for me. Is like it's the pressure, right? So Subriel Matias is just a nonstop pressure. So I mean, if Liam Paro can keep up with that pace, he can win the fight on points for sure. But I think it comes down to that. He's just not gonna be able to keep up to that pace. Subriel's gonna get to him, and Subriel's gonna put some punches together, put a beating on him, and the fight's gonna be stopped. And we'll be talking more about Subriel in some of these big fights, these headline matchups. I think so. I think he gets them. Eddie Hearn's not shy about putting his guys in big fights, especially with the Big Turkey Al Sheik arriving here. Seems like Eddie Hearn is he's moving with everybody. He's signing a bunch of guys, man. He's got a bunch of guys coming over, and I think he'll do a good job with Subriel Matias's career. Unlike PBC and Top Rank, who didn't really give him the benefit of the doubt, I think Eddie Hearn will put that the zone machine behind him, and I'm not gonna call him a superstar, but I'm sure he'll be in good fights, man. So Bro Matisse will be in good fights. He'll be representing Puerto Rico in these big fights, and this is always good when we got good Puerto Ricans in boxing, man. Because Miguel Cotto, Trinidad left, and Hector Camacho, and we really haven't had a name since Miguel Cotto that we've been like that could be the next guy. Now, obviously, there's some guys on the fence like Eric Belanga and Xander Zayas and Subriel Matias himself. But they gotta really break through to that stardom for us to even mention those guys in the breath of Miguel Cotto. So I hope Subriel gets the stoppage. I hope he has a good showing for his homecoming. And I hope we see him again, man, in these big fights with these unification bouts with these other names. But shout out to Liam Paro for getting here, man. He deserves it. And I hope he comes out and he can play spoiler as well. We need drama in boxing too, but at the same time, it's like Subriel Matias, he's an exciting fighter. So I mean, on paper, he looks better against other guys, but this could be Leon Paro's night. So just let me know what you guys think, man. Let me know how you think the fight's gonna go for these guys and what the outcome's gonna be. And make sure you like, share, subscribe, smash the like button. Drop your comments. Let me know what's going on, man. It's your boy Ryan Fraser here with another one, Boxing Talk Up North. I'm out. Peace.